Good morning. It is the 29th of August 2022, actually the last Monday of August, just a few days to step into the next month, that is September. Welcome, my name is Aida Munzatsi. We are set and ready to update you about what exactly will be happening throughout the day, throughout the week, as well as what happened during the weekend. So welcome once again. I'm Aida Munzatsi, and Kirk in the Morning starts right now. Well, remember, you can interact with us on our SMS number, that is 0111220044, as well as Facebook and YouTube, where we are also coming to you live. That is Kirk TV Kenya on all the social media pages. The hashtag to use is hashtag Kirk in the morning. So we are going to start right away with the day's traffic, just to let you know of what roads you'll be using and what roads to avoid as far as the traffic is concerned. So it is 8:08 a.m. and most of the roads are actually clear. We are just looking at Langata Road, which is clear. Lusaka Road is also clear. Just a few traffic or just clogs around the Central Business District, that is the CBD, where there is a little bit of traffic right there. Looking at Kamukunji roundabout, there is traffic, quite traffic there. Moi Avenue as well is clogged up, so you can always find an alternative route right there. Looking at Mombasa Road is quite clear, definitely due to the Nairobi Expressway, which is helping in terms of just easing the traffic. So the Central Business District is actually very busy, being a Monday definitely, and everyone is headed to the office and just about their businesses. So just looking at Upper Hill, there's a little bit of traffic on a number of roads. Kenyatta Avenue is a little bit is flowing. Looking at Hospital Road, there's a little bit of traffic right there. Community area, there's a little bit of traffic as well. Bunyala Road is a little bit congested as well, so we can always find an alternative route as far as the traffic is concerned. So let us now look at the news or the newspaper review. Well, welcome. Let us now look at what exactly is in the dailies. We're going to start with the Daily Nation. And in both of the newspaper, it's all matters Supreme Court, even as we wait to hear of the hearing, which will be starting tomorrow. That is on the 30th of August 2022. So the headline on the top page of the Daily Nation is Art of the Goof. Just looking at, or the Daily Nation is just trying to pose a few questions right there. And just to read on the top page, a petition here, a revelatory affidavit there, a press briefing here, and the skeletons of this election have finally been revealed. The chaos, disorder, and mess at the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission this morning mirror the literary of Sir Pelham Grenville Wodehouse, one of the most acclaimed English humorist of the British imperial era. But elections are a serious matter. So how did one of the most important institutions in the Republic degenerate into such bedlam, and can it ever regain its credibility? Those are questions that the Daily Nation is asking right there, just questioning the credibility of the Independent and Electoral and Boundaries Commission. So we wait to hear of the hearing as far as the petitions that are in the Supreme Court are Omar versus Nasir. This is as far as the elections of the gubernatorial seats in Kakamega and Mombasa are concerned. So that is a story that you can find on page 10 of the Daily Nation. We also have on the top page of the Daily Nation, as far as politics is concerned, a story about the president-elect William Samoei Ruto. He says, I will keep word on Mudavadi and Wetangula, Ruto tells Western Kenya. That is a story that you can find on page 4 of the Daily Nation. On the same page, there is a story on new MP and MCA house bonuses to cost 100 billion shillings. That's a story that you can find on the second page of the Daily. The third page of the Daily Nation, as far as the clergy is concerned, clergy urge Supreme Court to ensure justice in poll petition. So these, as far as the petitions that are in the Supreme Court are concerned. Remember, the hearing is set to start tomorrow. So that's a story that you can find on the third page of the Daily Nation. On the fourth page of the Daily Nation is the story definitely that I mentioned about the president-elect William Ruto saying that he'll keep his word on Mudavadi and Wetangula. Ruto tells Western Kenya. That's a story that you can find on the fourth page of the Daily Nation. On the fifth page, we have a story about the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya leader Raila Odinga. It was a civilian coup by Chebukati. So those are words by Raila Odinga. Remember, he's one of the petitioners at the Supreme Court that just are questioning of the results that declared the president-elect William Ruto a winner in the just concluded elections. There's a story that you can find on the fifth page of the Daily Nation. Looking at the sixth page, it's still about the IEBC and Chebukati, where there is the IEBC 4 now challenge petition response. That's a story on page 6 of the Daily Nation. Looking at the page 7, it's still about the polls, the Supreme Court and petition. So polls systems were breached. That's an analysis on page 7 of the Daily Nation. So that's a story that you can look at and read further just about the polls and how probably the systems of the IEBC systems were hacked. That's an analysis by the Daily Nation. Let's move on. Looking at the Standard newspaper, on the top page, it's still about the Supreme Court, the petitions and everything surrounding the cases. So where lies the truth? That is the headline in the Standard newspaper, because everyone is trying to pull on their side. IEBC is pulling the rope on their side, as Azimio la Umoja is also pulling the rope on their side, as well as the Kenya Kwanza is also pulling the rope on their side. So the Standard asks, where lies the truth? So the Supreme Battle leaders continued trading accusations yesterday on who did what to impact the results of the presidential election. The Supreme Court begins hearing this week, with the verdict expected to be delivered on September 5th. That is the top story on Standard newspaper. You can find it on page 2, 3, 4, 6 and page 8 of the Standard newspaper. Still on the top page of the Standard newspaper, they're just looking at the elections that are happening. That is in Kakamega as well as Mombasa County, where it is a battle between Cyrus Jirongo, Cleophas Malala and Fernandez Baraza. That is the gubernatorial seat in Kakamega County. So how today's elections will tilt power balance. The Standard newspaper, that is a story that you can find on page 10 of the Standard newspaper. The election of 4 members of parliament for Rongai, Kitui Rural, Pokot South and Kacheliba today could tilt the scales and help determine which coalitions gains the majority in the National Assembly. That's the top page of the Standard newspaper. Also in the second page, we have Chebukati, 2 commissioners initiated secret meetings. That is according to Raphael Tuju, who is just talking of how the IEBC systems were hacked. That's a story that you can read on the second page of the Standard newspaper. Moving on to the fourth page of the Standard newspaper, still about the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. They're just talking of the IEBC split casts shadows on commissioners' tenure. That is as far as the IEBC and the seats are concerned. Chebukati, Cherera hire two different law firms. So that's as far as the petition in the Supreme Court is concerned. And as I mentioned, the hearing will be starting tomorrow. That is on the 30th of August 2022. On the 8th page of the Standard newspaper, DCI reports on Venezuelans who are to be used before Supreme Court. These are the Venezuelans who arrived in the country sometime around July, and that's a story that the DCI is also looking at. So moving on just straight to the 15th page of the Standard newspaper, the 14th page, where a 15-year-old girl confesses she killed her 3 siblings and her cousin as well. That's a story that you can read on the 14th page of the Standard newspaper. So that's all for the newspaper review. Let's take a very short commercial break. We'll come back with the discussion today. We are looking at women and leadership, so don't go too far.
Are you looking to grow your business? Kirk TV offers you a variety of advertising opportunities to suit your budget. Advertise with us today and reach your potential customers countrywide. For more information, email us on sales@kirktv.org or call 011 00 90 647.
We look forward to this week, and that's starting on Sunday, because we have planned for it. We will have set everything aside. We will not be carrying out any other assignment other than celebrate our women, and we are part of it. It's not, we will not be spectating. It's not that women will be in the arena celebrating, jumping and urinating as we watch from the sidelines. We shall be part of it because it is our joy. When our women flourish, we prosper, because our life is so tied to our women that if we overlook anything about them, we are overlooking ourselves. We are overlooking our mothers. We are overlooking our wives. We are overlooking our daughters, our aunts. And all of us as men know the important contribution women have made in our lives. So I would call upon the entire church to take it as a time of joy and of celebration. God bless us.
Welcome back, and we are glad that you're still keeping it Kirk TV and Kirk in the morning. Remember, we're also coming to you live on all our social media pages on Facebook and YouTube is Kirk TV Kenya. You can share in your comments as well as our questions. Remember, our day's discussion is all about women and leadership. So that's a discussion that feel free to send in your questions as well as comments. Our SMS number is 0111 220044. The hashtag to use on Twitter is a hashtag Kirk in the morning, and we are on Twitter as Kirk TV _Kenya. So let us now look at the news bites. So as far as the by-elections is concerned, voting has opened in 8 electoral areas, including the Mombasa and Kakamega governor races. The polls being held today are Mombasa and Kakamega governor elections, as well as MP races in Kacheliba, which is in West Pokot County, as well as Pokot South, still in West Pokot, still in Pokot County, Rongai, Nakuru County, and Kitui, rural definitely in Kitui County. The elections were postponed on August 9th after what the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, that is IEBC, said was a ballot papers mix-up, and were again pushed forward from August 23rd after the commission cited intimidation and harassment of its staff. Also going to the polls today are voters in Nyaki West, North Imenti constituencies, that is in Meru County, and Kwanjenga, Embakasi South constituency, Nairobi County, to elect their members of the County Assembly. So we look at Ruto on Chebukati. That is as far as yesterday is concerned. So the President-elect William Ruto has openly praised the electoral chairperson Wafula Chebukati on integrity and what he terms as a fair electoral process in the just concluded elections. Speaking while attending a church service in Bungoma yesterday at Christ the King Cathedral Church, the President-elect William Ruto has said that IEBC's chair demonstrated true heroism by remaining truthful, transparent, and just in the presidential elections.
Our good brother Wafula Chebukati has set a new standard for public servants in the Republic of Kenya. That we can resist bribery and blackmail and intimidation and threats and serve in accordance with public interest as a public servant. And I want to say Chebukati is the hero of this election. Si ni kweli? Yale mambo Chebukati amepitia, ile hongo amehaidiwa, ile vitisho amepatiwa na amekataa na akasimama imara. Chebukati ameweka kiwango mpya ya wafanyikazi wote wa serikali katika taifa letu la Kenya. And we can proudly say that Kenya is finally getting to the place where the truth and justice and public servants can serve, knowing very well that what they do, as long as they are doing right, will earn them a place, not just in the history of our nation, but will also earn them a place as of respect as public servants.
Well, that is the President-elect William Ruto just sharing his sentiments on the IEBC chair Wafula Chebukati. Just taking on the same story, the President-elect William Ruto was escorted or accompanied by top leaders in the Kenya Kwanza coalition and his deputy who spoke on the presidential election petition, with the top leaders of Kenya Kwanza confidentiality believing that the elections were transparent and fair.
Right, honorables present.
Stop wasting your time scheming day and night. You are not sleeping, thinking there is nothing you can do. William Ruto, by the will of God and the people of Kenya, has been elected. There is nothing you can do. So all we advise you to do, mutafuta makato na nini, mupange vitu yenu, siku mnaondoka na Uhuru Kenyatta, muende na tutatakia nyinyi mema. And you proceed on retirement and look and sit back and see how this country will be run.
If there is one man who has stood firmly, committed himself to the truth, walked the path of righteousness to make sure that this country does not go to the dogs, is one Chebukati with some of his team members. He deserves our prayers, he deserves our accolades, because had he wavered, had he not stood firm, there were those who were hell-bent on snatching the victory of William Samoei Ruto from him through unorthodox methods.
Ulituambia kuja tuunde hii serikali pamoja. Na tulikuja na tutaiunda pamoja. Wewe ni jirani yetu na wewe ni rafiki wetu. And I've told people many times that those who know you, you have no history of betraying people. And many of us don't have that history either. We also know many who have that history. So we want to thank God that this country is peaceful. We went to vote in peace. We waited for the results in peace. And even as those who have gone to court have attempted to raise the temper and the anxiety, Kenyans have remained peaceful.
Well, those are Kenya Kwanza leaders, including the Deputy President-elect Rigathi Gachagua, as well as Moses Wetangula and Mudavadi, just talking over how free and fair or transparent the elections were. Now, let's cross over to the Azimio la Umoja camp, where the presidential candidate Raila Odinga, speaking at a church service yesterday at AIC Church Kibra, Raila accused IEBC chair of orchestrating a civilian coup, alleging that the rift in the commission is a clear indication that the elections were not transparent.
Shida ya Kenya ni mambo ya ufisadi. Ufisadi. Kama mwenyekiti wa tume ya uchaguzi anaweza kusema ati alikuwa anataka kuhongwa. Nani alikuwa anataka kuhonga yeye? Na ni pesa ngapi? Na mbona haya kusema ati alikuwa anataka kuhongwa? Alisema yeye anataka kupigwa. Sasa anasema ati wanataka kunihonga mimi. Pesa ngapi? Wewe mwenyewe umeshindwa kufanya kazi yako. Watatu wale ni wanasema ukweli au wanne wale wanasema ukweli? Ukweli iko wapi? Where is the truth between the two groups of commissioners? Somewhere there's a truth. What I'm asking for as Raila Amolo Odinga is to be told the truth. And this is not just because of the elections of 2022. It's for posterity. We don't want to go into an election and see the kind of charade that we're seeing today. People are trying to stage a civilian coup. They're trying to subvert the will of the people of Kenya. And Kenyans will not.
While still on matters, elections, Supreme Court as well as the petition, just looking at Raphael Tuju's response to Chebukati, where Azimio la Umoja One Kenya's Executive Director Raphael Tuju admitted that he met with the IEBC chairperson Wafula Chebukati on August 15. Tuju states that in the meeting, other IEBC commissioners were also present. Tuju, however, said the meeting was not at 3 a.m. as the affidavit filed by Commissioner Abdi Gulie said, stating that he met with Chebukati to discuss on reports he had received on swapping off Form 34As. This was after he established that Commissioner Gulie was not in a position to address the issue.
Well, let him have some sleep. He had not slept for many days. So I waited until 4 a.m. And that's the time when I drew the attention of somebody like Amos Wako, who is a personal friend, and a few others, that we should go and confront him. I like to be able to state at this stage that Mr. Chebukati is not a stranger to me. He has made claims of what I said when 10 of us were in that room. All the commissioners were in that room, and Mr. Amos Wako was in that room, and another lawyer, I don't know his name, Bonduo, whoever he is. So there are 10 of us in that room. For him to claim that I made some offers to him in front of those 10 is a tara diddle. Is a tara diddle. Petty lie. But I want to go back to the fact that these people are not strangers to me. I want Mr. Chebukati to explain to me and to explain to Kenyans when he came to a secret location to meet with me, and what was that discussion about. At least he's talked about where 10 were. What was the discussion when he came to a secret location to see me in Karen? Number 2, I want Mr. Gulie, or Professor Gulie, and Mr. Molu to explain what they came to do in my house. What was that discussion about? And the drift of that discussion was more of auctioneers rather than commissioners. I want them to say they never came to my house. I will make the CCTV cameras available at my house so that those can be investigated by the DCI, whether I'm saying the truth or not. Because to my house, they came.
Well, that is it from Raphael Tuju's response as far as the IEBC affidavit or the commissioners, the IEBC commissioner, that is Abdi Gulie's affidavit, is concerned. So as we mentioned earlier, the hearing of the different petitions will start tomorrow. That is the 30th of August, and that is something that you should keep it. Kirk TV, just where we'll continue updating you on what exactly will be happening as far as that is concerned. So we're going to take a very short break, but remember, when we come back, our discussion is all about women and leadership. Remember, in the just concluded election, we've had a number of women leaders compared to the previous elections. So Evelyn Kanya as well as Reverend Lydia Kahiga will be my guests for today just to discuss on that. So we take a very short commercial break. We'll be right back, and for you, don't go too far.
Are you looking to grow your business? Kirk TV offers you a variety of advertising opportunities to suit your budget. Advertise with us today and reach your potential customers countrywide. For more information, email us on sales@kirktv.org or call 011 00 90 647.
forward to this week, and that's starting on Sunday, because we have planned for it. We will have set everything aside. We will not be carrying out any other assignment other than celebrate our women, and we are part of it. It's not, we will not be spectating. It's not that women will be in the arena celebrating, jumping and urinating as we watch from the sidelines. We shall be part of it because it is our joy. When our women flourish, we prosper. Because our life is so tied to our women that if we overlook anything about them, we are overlooking ourselves. We are overlooking our mothers. We are overlooking our wives. We are overlooking our daughters, our aunts. And all of us as men know the important contribution women have made in our lives. So I would call upon the entire church to take it as a time of joy and of celebration. God bless us.
Good journalism is bold, in-depth, unique, captivates, reflects, and impacts. To quench your thirst for exceptional stories that are about you, from you, and for you, Kirk TV presents itself as the hub of feature stories. Ranging from health and environment,
either there is extreme drought or extreme floods, and these will affect people.
Religion and politics.
And the man looked at the boy, looked at the mother, and told the boy, going forward, don't wet the bed again.
There come a time when the nation is more important than an individual.
Education and socio-economic issues.
Nasaidika kwa sababu nikishona moja mbili nauza, napata kitu ya kulisha watoto.
I have met with other types which I have never met before.
To other stories that touch on your day-to-day life.
Ja ndio iko mingi zaidi. Tafadhali mnasaidia maji ya nyazi.
Tingatinga amekanyanga kila kitu.
Hatujawahi kuona mabadiliko yote kuhusiana na serikali ya kujengea sisi.
Kwanza kitu naweza omba tu nishikiliwe tu pande ya masomo tu ya watoto.
Kirk TV, the hub of feature stories.
Choose life that you may love the Lord your God.
If you delight yourself in the Lord, He will make you fruitful in whatever season you are in.
Listen to His voice and hold fast to Him.
That as disciples ourselves, we're being invited to be transformed more fully every single day.
In our walk with God, let us know that we are assured victory in every battle.
For the Lord is your life.
Live a pure life. Are you living a righteous life before the Lord? It is possible. People are wondering, can you do without corruption? Yes, I can stand and say it is possible to do without corruption.
Don't miss season 2 of the evening epilogue every day at 9:30 p.m. only on Kirk TV.
And let's latch on to something, I don't care how tiny it is, that is a good thing in our life, something that God is doing in us. I want you to decide tonight 2 things: that you are going to help more people than you've ever helped before, and that you are going to let God work with you every day of your life to be more and more excellent and better at everything that you do. And the more you celebrate the good things, the smaller the bad things are going to become. Come on now.
Enjoy Everyday Life with Joyce Meyer every day at 9 p.m. for encouraging and impacting moments on Kirk TV. Communion with a difference. It's easy to set up, no worry of spills, contamination or waste. Prepared with very high hygienic standards and strict quality dedicated equipment. You are rest assured that pre-filled Holy Communion elements are completely protected. We deal with pre-filled communion elements for churches in Kenya and East Africa like the Presbyterian Church of East Africa, CITAM, among many others. The advantages of the pre-filled elements are cost-effective, convenient, portable and ideal for use in virtually any environment, less preparation work, completely hygienic, and we have both altar wine and altar juice. Order now by calling us or sending us a WhatsApp message on 07999 88371. Visit our website www.holycommunionelements.com.
If you love singing, if you love dancing, if you love sports, all this will be in Kirk Watoto Season 2. Don't you dare miss it.
Kirk Watoto Season 2 is coming. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. Peace. Let all the children come to me, because in the
Where there is no vision, the people perish.
You'll find people talking about saying, we discussed this for the last 5 meetings or for the last 2 years or 3 years, but nothing seems to move.
Here on Effective Manager, we help you get leadership and managerial tips.
You cannot be popular in the workplace as a leader. You can only be respected because of being fair and providing leadership.
Strategy and board advisory.
You do not need to put in unnecessary and undue pressure.
Stimulate new ideas in leadership and management.
You get an opportunity to bring diverse views and ideas to a problem so that you can be able to identify a lasting solution.
You can't afford to miss The Effective Manager with Dr. David Muturi, Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m. only on Kirk TV.
The application of the law does not select the rich or the poor.
People are supposed to take responsibility for their lives, but society has always looked frowned upon it.
Here we educate you on the laws of the land.
Adoption does not have so many hurdles and so many laws, and it's not difficult.
Matters related to administration of justice.
It's very difficult for you to inherit from an estate of a deceased if you're not a child or a bona fide wife.
Cover crime related topics.
Issues of torture are criminal issues that the government will take very stern action.
And many, many more.
Leave your worries with the lawyer. Let them go through, let them worry about how you will answer your questions. Let them worry about what you will say in court. They will guide you.
Sometimes the law is very difficult, but you have judges now to interpret the law.
Don't miss Know Your Laws Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. only on Kirk TV.
Losing a beloved one can be one of the hardest life experiences. Death brings a total change in many setups, the family taking a huge position. Death also provides an opportunity to celebrate the departed and their achievements on earth. Kirk TV provides for you an opportunity to announce death and funeral at affordable fee. For more information, write to us via announcements@kirktv.org or call 011 00 90647.
Jesus said, "Call unto me and I will answer."
How can you just leave a job and it's from that job that we were getting food and our daily bread, and then you tell us that God spoke to you?
Consider your ways.
Whenever Jesus was not received, he moved on.
Follow me.
Brothers and sisters, in following Christ, we lose. You may lose relationships.
It's an individual calling. Somebody who is committed to the one they are following.
But what is the cost of following Christ?
Following Jesus is not always after other rehabilitation.
Let the dead bury their own dead, but you go and proclaim the kingdom of God.
Call unto me every Wednesday at 8 p.m. only on Kirk TV.
Welcome back. This is Kirk in the morning. Remember, we are also coming to you live on all our social media pages, Kirk TV Kenya on Facebook and YouTube. On Twitter, we are Kirk TV_Kenya. The hashtag to use there is Kirk in the morning. So as I mentioned earlier, today we are looking at women leadership, or just the leadership of women in the country. We'll be looking at the church's point of view as well as the political scene, and that's why I'm being joined by Reverend Lydia Kahiga, who is a parish minister at Karodhi, as well as Evelyn Kanya, who was an MCA aspirant with the Jubilee ticket at Kasarani Ward. Ladies, karibu sana.
Thank you.
We are doing well.
Yes, we are.
All right, so just to start with you, Evelyn, looking at the topic of discussion today, that is women and leadership. Where are we in the political scene?
Thank you very much and good morning. My name is Evelyn Kanya. I was an MCA aspirant Kasarani Ward under the Jubilee Party. Yeah, despite us not getting to the ballot, but I'm very happy for the ones who go to the ballot eventually. And the scene has really changed now. We have made great strides. If you see where we were, even like the most burning issue like Kamau Shuda, in 2017, we had like 3 female governors. Now we are proudly boasting of 7. And I'm seeing this number going forward. Maybe in the next election, we'll have even like 50% of the governors as female. So that is a plus, and that is something that we are proud of, even as a woman in leadership and even as a country. Yes.
That's great. So before we go to Reverend Lydia Kahiga, just to mention that, remember, the Presbyterian Church of East Africa is marking 40 years since the first woman minister was ordained, and that's why we've included Reverend Lydia Kahiga in the discussion today. So just to you, Rev, what do you think of women leadership in church? How does it look like?
Okay, thank you, Ida. Good morning to everyone. I think and I feel that we are getting better. We are doing well. We are not where we were, and I want to say that we are almost approaching 30% of women who are ministers. They are women. The ministers, 30% of them are women, and we are doing better. And even the church to think of celebrating for us, because it brings awareness that there are so many ministers. Yesterday, where we were in Bahati, I had a member say, I never thought there were so many women ministers. So I feel like we are doing well. Even the sensitization from the men, it is no longer the way it was. People are not cringing when they think of a woman minister. They are actually embracing us. And I feel that we are going somewhere. We are not where we would want to be, of course, but we are better. It is better. It's far much better. And we are glad that the church has allowed, the Presbyterian Church has allowed us to celebrate ourselves.
Okay, so just like in the political scene in church, we are also headed somewhere. Definitely the future is bright, as you put it. That's wonderful. So Evelyn, you mentioned that you were vying, but unfortunately you did not get the seat during the nomination. What exactly happened?
Not like I didn't get the seat. My party never held party nominations. So that is the reason why, like, maybe if would have had the party nomination, I'd be telling you I was number 1, 2, 3, 4, but we never had that. So the party had other mechanisms of getting aspirants, like the candidates were chosen in ways of consensus. Others were given direct tickets. That is the reason why we never had the party nomination, and that is the reason why not all of us went to the ballot. Yes.
Now, how did that hinder you, or what would you say led to that?
You see, every party has structures. So that is part of the Jubilee Party structures. So that is one of the structures that they used. The rest of the parties, I'm sure some of them went to the nomination process to get their candidates. But for my party, that is the structure that they used, and that is the way that they used. So guys were either given direct tickets, others went through consensus. Yeah. Yes.
And whoever won in the ward, was it a man or a woman? Or you never followed up after?
No, definitely. Once a politician, always a politician. Like for my case scenario, my ward ticket was given to a man who definitely had been there before. Because, you know, there was this thing about popularity and another thing about being party loyalist. So I stayed in the party for long. So it didn't matter whether you're popular or what. So my ticket was given to a man, and during August, he didn't square it out. Yeah. Yes.
And I'm glad that you've mentioned over how women are now being seen in the political scene as well. It's not like just looking at the women representative seats where it's a must that a woman vies for that particular seat. So we are now having women also vying for governors and senators and other seats as well. So to you, Reverend Kahiga, just let's talk of now women being given the opportunity. It's okay, they also have to fight, but now them being given the opportunity to lead. Yeah,
I think it is the world should come to the realization that women have always been leaders. It is just that their leadership platform is not as high up as the men, but every woman is a leader. You grow up being told you have to lead, you have to do well. Even our mothers would tell us, you have to do well. Whatever it is that you're doing, you have to do well. But because of the platform, the way the platform is, that it gives men more limelight, women leadership has not been recognized. And we come from a patriarchal society. But I feel like it's getting better because women are being seen. I am actually glad when she says that now there are more women, and even her, she was there, she went out there. I'm sure there were maybe people telling her, are you sure you can do this? Are you sure you can square it out? But she was able to do it. I think that what the church is doing is to tell the women, you can do this. And now we have given you a platform, please don't waste it. Yeah, use it to the best of your ability, because you've always been leaders. It is only that once we get used to being out there, then we become very good at it. Yeah, actually even and I say this without a fear of bias. Most of the parishes that are being run by women are doing well. Even if nobody will sing us, and even the women will not sing themselves, I feel like we are doing well. It took so long for the first woman minister to be ordained, and the far that we've come, we have not had complaints of women, especially in leadership in the church. No, even when they are given the duties, they do them well. And even, especially in church, whereby there's a lot of pastoral work, a woman is very well geared to do the pastoral work, because she's seen it all. She's able to nurture, she's able to empathize, she's able to listen. She's been listening all her life anyway, so she's able to listen even to other people. And even when other people come with stereotypes, she's malleable. She's able to mold herself within the situation without looking like she's brash. But so I feel like women have always been leaders, but they have not been recognized. So I'm happy even for the church, for our church, for this, and I'm also happy for her that people are coming out. Yeah, and even having the second in command in the Azimio as a woman was also good. Yeah, it doesn't matter our political affiliation, but I think that we are moving towards the right strides. Yeah.
Evelyn, would you agree that women should be given these opportunities, and that their leadership is better compared to the male counterparts?
Yes, I will echo sentiments very strongly, and I'm so proud of her. I know what she's been doing. I know what she's been doing even online and reaching out to people. And as women, like she says, you know, we're born like with that innate nature of being nurturers. Like, now, for example, I'm a politician, like, for this, but my background is a counseling psychologist. I work with the children's department. in the sub-county. But I'll tell you for sure, from Monday to Friday, I'm working with the children. On Saturday, maybe I'll be out there playing soccer because I run a club also. On Sunday, I serve at the children ministry. So you can imagine there, you're a mother, you're a teacher, you're a nurturer. That does not make me not to hold my mic when politics come. We'll still do the politics, but women have been given this, it's a natural thing. It comes automatically just to be a nurturer. When we were growing up, let's say if you have a small baby, if your mother wanted to go to the market, they would leave that baby to an elder sibling, maybe a girl, but not to an elder sibling who is a boy, because maybe they'll go out play soccer, forget about the baby. And maybe the firstborn is a boy, let's say maybe a teenager, and then the secondborn is a girl who is almost maybe 10, 11, but the mother will be comfortable to leave the baby with the 10-year-old, not like compared to the 13-year-old. So as women, we have to take up that which is within us, and we have to guard it very fiercely. We're not talking about just women like the younger or older women. We've had women like, we have a matriarchs, we have the mothers that we take up to. Maendeleo ya wanawake was celebrating 70 years of existence in Kenya, and you could see the women who've been there holding the mantle for us, the women that we take up to. PCA Church was celebrating the 40 years for women. My Anglican church, I remember when the first woman bishop was ordained to in Western too, it was a great celebration where even Maendeleo Wanawake was celebrating the trailblazers. And as a woman in my space, I could see and know that there's a future out there for us women. So we're growing in all spheres, politically, whether in the church, in sports, you see us there, in administration. We go to Bomet County. Bomet has a county commissioner who is a woman, an assistant county commissioner who is one of the youngest county commissioners we have. Bomet is the one that has given us a young women rep. I guess that should be a case in study. There's something about Bomet. So it's all inclusive and all round. In all spheres of life, women are doing really well. Yes.
Okay, so that is talking of Bomet County, I'll say, as well as Nakuru County.
Yes.
So you've mentioned of so many things, and as she responds, Rev, maybe you can also shed in your light on that. You've talked of politics, you've talked of this woman who is a mother, she is a wife, as you mentioned, you're also looking at sports and all that. For someone who is watching, someone who is a woman, they are wondering, yes, I want to be a leader. I want to get into politics. I want to be a leader in church. How do I balance between all this and still shine at the top?
I believe that God made us with that just power within us. That's why you say like men cannot multitask, women can multitask. So for us women is to put ourselves in the spaces. Nobody will ever come to pick you from the kitchen. It's for you to wake up, dress up and show up in your own small ways. We're not sending you out to the whatever office. In your own small way, if you can minister to a neighboring child, if you can minister to your neighbor, if you can share something, slowly by slowly you come to identify what is in you. Because someone might say, these ones maybe they're in the limelight or they're in town, what about me in the village? In your own small ways, if you're called to be a woman farmer, as you farm there, network with the women, share, talk about something, and the leader in you will come out. And we all can't fit in the sphere of maybe politics or church or whatever, but in your own small ways, I believe as a woman, there's a way you're able to do this. Yeah, we all don't make the best chapatis. Someone else makes the best ugali. Someone else makes the best mokimo. Someone makes the best anything, the best baking. So in your own small way, your God-given talent, you just nurture it. And also, you show it to people and you share. That's the way you get to be seen also. Yes.
Rev, your sentiments on that?
Yeah, I think that one of the greatest misconception is when people mix individuality and the social stratification of women. I feel like we all get lost in a woman being a wife. That is where people think that as a girl is being born, even before she gets old, people are thinking, what kind of a wife should she make? And I feel that is the greatest misconception. Because even God, before we talk about the creation story that talks about marriage, is actually the second creation story. There is a first creation story which talks about God created them man and woman, meaning that we are first individuals. Before I become somebody's mother, Before I become somebody's wife, I'm an individual. If people can get the difference, then we would never have a problem. When I go, if I am married, when I go to my home, then the social stratification comes in, whereby I become submissive to one man, not to the whole clan, to one man who is married, whom I'm married to. Yeah, I feel that is one of the greatest, because somebody thinks because you're our brother's wife, now all of us, it cuts across, we can step all over you. I don't feel that that is how it should be. I am submissive to the man whom I have acknowledged that he is my husband, and going biblically, then that is all right. But when it comes to all the other spheres of life, there is nowhere that a woman has been told you must submit to the whole society so that they can know that you are wife material. No, I feel once you become that wife to somebody, when you step out, whether you are a farmer, as Kanya is saying, whether you are a teacher, whether you are an administrator, whether you are a pastor, whether you are a politician, you are an individual. And there is nowhere the brain, the Bible, everywhere says that your brain is less because you are a woman. Yeah, you should go out there and become the leader that you are. When you go home, remember the social stratification. So you come in under the man one man whom you have agreed to come under. But the rest of the people, I feel once we get that differentiation, we will stop having a problem with women leaders. Everywhere you go, people say, oh, but she's a woman, she shouldn't be like that. Even on the road, people will bully you. And they say, we expect, she's a lady, she should be bullied. Yeah, they will bully you even when you go out there. They think, is it the woman who's leading this meeting? I'm already bored. But I'm still an individual. Actually, somewhere in the book of Galatians it says that there is no Jew, there is no Gentile, there is no male, there is no female. If God does not see us differently, even people should not see us differently. But when you get to the social stratification of marriage, take your role and take it well. It doesn't mean, submission doesn't mean you are any less. It just means that you have to have hierarchies. There is the man, and now if you are a wife, there is the woman, and now there is everyone else. But that role ends the moment I step out of my house. Evelyn, I go out there and I become whom I am. Right now, Ida, I am not, if you had a family, it is not here. Yeah, you are doing this as Ida. This year I'm sitting here as Lydia. Evelyn is sitting here as herself. So why should we be looked differently? I feel like people out there, and as I speak to people who are listening, start looking at us as individuals. Yeah, and it's going to be a better playing ground. Yeah,
looking at you with what you can do in terms of your ability as well. So Evelyn, would you say the masses or the public are there where they can elect people? Do we have people who say, I cannot choose this as my MCA or as my governor or as my senator because they are women? Do you think the Kenyan citizens are there where they can just pick leaders, not looking necessarily at their gender, but what they are bringing to the table?
Oh, thank you. Before I get there, I'm quite excited that it came from the clergy, with all due respect, that we need to look at people as individuals. You need to look at someone's capability, at what is this person bringing to the table, regardless of whether they are male or female. Because since 1963, when we had our first elections, we've had women in leadership, we've had men in leadership. I'm sure as a country we've already gauged. We know what women can do, we know what men can do. So those stereotypes of maybe stereotyping women, saying those are old and like they're no longer working. And I'll tell you for sure, if you see like a county like Kwale, I hope you're trained to see the cultural aspect and all that political issues. If they could elect a woman governor, then that tells you that Kenyans now are fully coming to appreciate that even women can be in leadership. Yes, so this is not the time for people to look at others through tribal lens, if you want maybe a president or those other seats, or maybe to look at their backgrounds. Maybe you come from a sub-tribe. Our tribe is the one that has majority of say. No, we need to look at people as individuals, like Reva said, individuals, what can they do? What do they have to offer? And then maybe that will be the only time that we'll even be able to move forward and even be able to elect everyone, regardless of whom they are or their backgrounds. Yeah.
Now there is I remember when Kamala Harris was chosen as the deputy president or the vice president in the US, with all women celebrating. Even when Martha Karua was chosen as the running mate of Raila Odinga, people were like, why are we making it a women issue? Why, if it were a man, why don't we make it a man issue? What's your your view on that?
I'll answer it in two ways. Like for the case for Kamala Harris, by the news headlines were black woman. It was, imagine, you're already a woman and you're already stating the black woman. So you see now that race is there, gender issue is there. So those are the stereotypes that we need to get over it. Then we're talking about equality, and most of the times, like when you talk about gender, people think it's their gender. If someone was asked today what you're doing, they would say it's a gender issue. But they forget that gender is both male and female. So I know the men out there, they say, we're doing the 2/3 for the women. We want inclusivity, we want what, but what about us? But it's very simple, because the woman has always been there at the back, either by error or by default. Now that is why we want to push the female gender now to be at par with the male gender. Then maybe we'll be able to move together. And still, something very crucial, the female, unless now that we are in an age of awakening, they weren't able to access so much opportunity. Back there, wouldn't be seated there like all female. Maybe even in the media stations, it was an all male affair. And it would be easier for a male to invite another male, whereas opposed to a female. But now the women are breaking the glass ceiling, and very soon we shall see them get into the attained level that they wanted. But that does not mean we leave the boy child behind. No, I'm a strong advocate for the boy child. As well. We are holding their hands so that we work together. Yes.
Now, Rev, just as Evelyn has mentioned, the boy child, so how do we bring in men, how do we bring in boys as well, for us not to forget their agenda, so that we are moving on as one?
Okay, thank you, Ida. One, I want to say that I'm a mother of boys, so I know exactly what you're saying, because as they grow older, I'm asking, what has this world got to offer for them? And it is good that women, everybody should understand that we do not have a single women country and a single man country. There's nothing like that. Society is a mixture, because God saw it right to have male and female in every situation. So when we realize that, we need to complement each other. It's not about competition. It's not about who can do better than who. It is a realization that without having men, even the women will get up top there and realize that they are not, there's not much that is happening in their lives, because they need the men. So the boy child is part and parcel of the growth of the girl. Who is going to sing to the girl that she has done well? Because as women, we are not very good singers to each other. I think we've been down there for so long, we forget to appreciate each other. When a woman has family, is part of the things that we feel when you're looking for self-actualization as a girl. The family should also be part of it. You want to get married, you want to get children, you want to get a life. You want to be okay if you have made it, you've aced in politics, I am a minister, you've aced that one, you are an administrator, you're doing well, you're in sport. You will get to a place whereby you feel, I also want to have a family. And you are not going to have a family without a man. So when we realize that, we must understand that it's not running over and above the men, it is working together. There's a time, because of there was such a big divide between the men and the women, when the women start to fight for their space, they fought it with such aggression that the boy was put somewhere off there. And because the boy never saw it coming, the boy and the men never saw it coming, they were like, these girls can do nothing. The girls found themselves on top in some of the issues, and by the time you get there, you are like, there are no men here, I want to get married, but there's nobody. So now we are saying that as she's in politics, I am in church, we are bringing them all together. actually we are remembering that even in the biblical setting, it is still the man who is up there, and God put him there for a purpose. Because a woman, let me just say, Ida and Evelyn, a woman is immensely powerful. If she's put on top, she's not going to remember everybody else. So God, in his own wisdom, said, you man, you stay there, and I am putting there on top, because this woman, if she is given the power, she will come and take over everything. And God put us as a way of oppressor. Stay down, stay down. So there is a man. So we should always look at a society as the way it should be. There is no woman society alone. If you have a company that is all women, you're going to have an issue, because it's not balanced. If you have a society that is all man, you're going to have an issue. So let's look at mingling and seeing that everybody has something to contribute. And because a woman is capable, women should not say that, oh, I have family, so now I should be given less hours. No, a woman is capable. Even when God, in the Genesis chapter 2, talking about a woman becoming a helper to a man, she came in with so many qualities. She can sort herself out. She will sort the man, if she is married, the man in the house, and she will sort her children and still appear on show looking wonderful. And she has done so much. Yeah, because that is what a woman is, immensely powerful. This power, we should not look at it as brushing it on everyone. No, it's something that God has given us. It's a grace. We receive it with thanksgiving, knowing that I'm capable of doing everything that has been put before me without being a crybaby. Oh, I need all this, I need affirmative action. We are good even without affirmative action. Look at Nakuru. We are good. Look at Kwale, the places that you would be thinking that it's a cultural stereotypes of men. We are doing well. Women should stand out there and say, I will be a mother, I will be a wife, I will be everything else that God intends for me to do. And I'm not going to feel like there's so much in my table, because I can handle it. Yep.
Wonderful. And Evelyn, you're quite following it.
So powerful. I wanted to say an amen to that.
All right, so just talking about women supporting other women, I was very happy in Nairobi County when Esther Passaris took the women representative seat, and Millicent Omanga was there, and she was like, you can take and you can lead Nairobi. Let us just look at this aspect now in politics of women supporting each other. I can also give an example of in the 2017 election as well, where Shebesh was very happy to still push Esther Passaris and just tell her, you can lead. Maybe you can just share on that as far as the political scene is concerned.
Thank you. The political scene has changed in big strides and dimensions. So when you see like each and every party, we have these like women leagues. So it's not a matter of who goes ahead of you. It's a matter of who is the best. Then we rally behind that person to bring out the best in them. You know, there used to be this thing, they say women are their own worst enemies. Especially when Gilu had vied for a president and the votes were not enough considering the female voters. But now the situation is where people are also having some sort of like, the women in leadership are coming in with so much great ideas for the country, so that even if the other person goes ahead of you, we know pulling each other's skirts and here and fighting in public, no, we say, okay, you've done better than me, you can lead. And I'm thinking that is the best way for even life to go on, where you can support the other person, because when you go in a competition, there's always a winner and a loser. Yeah, so when you don't win this time, support the other person for you to be able even to prepare yourself for the next win. Yes, so we're supporting one another very passionately. And we did that even in Nairobi. Like for us, the Jubilee team, you could just go all over from Kasarani, Kamkunji, Embakasi, all over supporting one another. As long as it is a woman in leadership, we would all show up to support that woman. Yes.
Well, thank you so much. And dear viewer, you can send in your comments as well as questions. Remember, our SMS number is 0111 220044. We're also coming to you live on all our social media pages. Facebook and YouTube is Kirk TV Kenya. On Twitter, we are Kirk TV_Kenya, and the hashtag to use is Kirk in the morning. So we are having a very great discussion right here here with Evelyn Kanya as well as Reverend Lydia Kahiga. We've shared a lot as far as women leadership is concerned, and now we'll take a very short break. And my take home for this particular session is, as a woman, wake up, dress up, and show up.
We look forward to this week that's starting on Sunday because we have planned for it. We will have set everything aside. We will not be carrying out any other assignment other than celebrate our women, and we are part of it. It's not, we will not be spectating. It's not that women will be in the arena celebrating, jumping and urinating as we watch from the sidelines. We shall be part of it because it is our joy. When our women flourish, we prosper, because our life is so tied to our women that if we overlook anything about them, we are overlooking ourselves. We are overlooking our mothers. We are overlooking our wives. We are overlooking our daughters, our aunts. And all of us as men know the important contribution women have made in our lives. So I would call upon the entire church to take it as a time of joy and of celebration. God bless us.
We welcome your feedback on our programming. For questions or comments, kindly get in touch with us via email info@kirktv.org, SMS 011120044, or call us on 0794 588 054.
And let's latch on to something, I don't care how tiny it is, that is a good thing in our life, something that God is doing in us. I want you to decide tonight two things: that you are going to help more people than you've ever helped before, and that you are going to let God work with you every day of your life to be more and more excellent and better at everything that you do. And the more you celebrate the good things, the smaller the bad things are going to become. Come on now.
Are you looking for a university that matches your drive and ambition? Choose ZTech University. We offer market-driven programs ranging from master's, bachelor's, diploma and certificate levels in the schools of ICT, Media and Engineering, Education, Arts and Social Sciences, and the School of Business and Economics. Enroll today for September 2022 intake and enjoy a vibrant student experience, ultra-modern and well-equipped facilities, experienced faculty, and a place to pursue your dreams and ultimately change the world. ZTech University. Invent your future.
The Presbyterian Teachers College Rubate is now offering training and upgrading of P1 and ECDE certificates to diploma, and hereby invites all applicants for the September 2022 intake in the following teacher education programs: Diploma in Early Childhood Teacher Education, DECTE, required grade is discipline in KCSE. Upgrade of P1 certificates to diploma, upgrade of early childhood teacher education ECDE to diploma. The reporting dates are as from 12th September to 12th October 2022, with the option of part-time classes available. For more information, please contact the principal through 0701 508 503 or their office line on 0720 312 021 and 0711 185 283.
Well, welcome back. This is Kirk in the morning, and we are still having the discussion even on the break. Remember, we are just looking at how women and leadership, not just in politics, but in church as well. Remember, the Presbyterian Church of West Africa is marking 40 years since the first clergy woman was ordained. That is in 1982, and the first clergy woman to be ordained is Reverend Dr. Nyambura Njoroge, and we'll just be sharing with you more. Reverend Kahiga will just be helping us shed more light as far as that is concerned, and a number of documentaries just to share with you. So keep it Kirk TV, and together we'll learn more about women and leadership. So I'm still with Evelyn Kanya as well as Reverend Lydia Kahiga. We were just discussing matters women even during the break as well. So now let us look at challenges as far as how the future looks like, and for these challenges, how do we tackle them? So Evelyn, what would you say is the greatest challenge in politics as far as women are concerned?
Okay, talking from my own experience, which I know resonates along the divide of women leaders, especially the emerging women leaders. One, we need a lot of mentorship in these political spaces. Some of us needed like people not to like literally hold your hand and tell you do this, do that. I know like for FIDA, the academy that was, we went through an academy that trained us about all this leadership thing, but when you go to the to the real scenario, vitu kwa grounds na kwa quite different. Yeah, we need more mentorships in this, like if it's politics, like you need to do this, you need to do that, this is what happens at nomination, this is what happens. Yes. Then also, one thing that I realized was also a big aspect was also the financial challenge. I don't know why it came out like men have more muscle, as in financially than women. Like when you try to fundraise, as a woman, they would think like, not this thing, but you're a woman, then you can find other things to do. Or you can just wait for a nomination slot. You don't need to really invest in these politics things. But then since you already have that idea and you know what you really want to do, it would prove to be quite something. Then for our government too, there are a few things that I'm sure in the next 5 years or so, they'll need maybe to look into from reports that we've done and things we've said. Our security or the insecurity or the lack of security, it's something that came out really majorly in our rallies, in our campaigns, in all that. So those are some of the few challenges that I saw. The terrain, you're already used to it. You're able to do what a man can do. If it's jumping a lorry, you're able to do that. If he's grabbing a mic, you're able to grab that. You come there with balls of steel. But some other few things, and some other maybe party structures also. Party structures, if they say that this number of nominated slots are going to go specifically to women, most of them, they used to say across the parties, like, it will be women who are already on their ballot, who had already looked for elective seats. Not the disappointing scenario that comes when you look at the party list. It's people you never heard about, people you never saw, and it gives another bad tag even to the women who are nominated. Then it is like they didn't really deserve it. So some of these small things, I'm sure in the future when looked into, then we'll overcome our challenges. Yes, but for the young woman out there in these political seats, you got everything you have, you just fully packaged for it. Kama ni kelele, we can kelele. Kama ni maandamano, women power, we are there. So we are already packaged. If it's brain, we have brains. We have everything to bring to the table. So we just raise above the challenges. When the women rep Toto was talking on TV, and she was even thanking the boda guy who used to carry her for free. That is a challenge that she overcame. We overcome so many challenges to get where we are. When the first visit she went to Karen and she couldn't be admitted because of her dress code, she overcome that challenge. So as women, there's a way that we need to work at overcoming our challenges in our own small ways, so that we are able to sit at the table of decision. Yes. All right.
So you've mentioned something to do with security of women. Would you say it's in terms of violence or?
There's a lot of violence in this, especially the campaign traits. during nominations, you see the way women are so intimidated. When you look at during the periods for nomination, there are people who wake up as early as 4 to just make sure they go to the polling stations, and they are there because of a particular candidate. So you can imagine a woman who wants to vote very early in the morning, maybe to go to work, or wants to be there, maybe queuing, waiting for the polls to open. Any slight violence that we witnessed really makes this space not favorable for both the aspirant and even the would-be voter. Yes.
Okay, great. Now, those are challenges as far as the political scene is concerned. What would you say, Rev, are some of the challenges that maybe women leaders in church face?
Okay, it's good to say that apart from the very high top leadership of the church, as in every church we have the elders and the minister. Apart from that, church is full of women. So the leadership of women is without question in church. But there is a stigma, there is a stereotyping whereby the moment you're about to choose elders or ministers, you step back. You're waiting for a man. Because there's that feeling that a woman may not have the clout to be able to deal with the administrative issues, the issues of leadership, the issues that needs decision making. So that is the greatest challenge, that church is full of ladies, it's full of women, and women are doing so much. They are always they are in every deacons, all of them are women. We have that stratification in the PCA. We have deacons, we have group leaders, we have members, we have group leaders, we have deacons, we have elders, and then the minister. When you get to the group leaders, you have members. Almost 80% of all membership is women. You go to deacons, almost again 80% of the group leaders are women. You go to deacons, 80% of deacons are women. You get to the elders, you will start getting a bit of a problem. People will wait and not choose an elder waiting for men. They're waiting to recruit that men will become good men so that they can be chosen as elders. Yet you have very many women because there's that stigma. That is the greatest challenge. There's that stigma that no, she can't go that far. She shouldn't go that far. Women should go there. Let them remain as deacons. So you will see the sieving. The sieving is very tough when people want to take to the elders, and then when it comes to minister, oh my, people now want to take a man. They are like, we take a girl. Will she make it? Yeah, the competition for ministry at the very top to become a minister in the Presbyterian Church is cutthroat. So they're like, hey, she won't make it. When she goes out there, will she really make it? But now that that's the first challenge, the second challenge is when you show up as the lady minister. And people are like, where have we been given? You see the disappointment. The first thing, everyone, even the children, they are like, they don't know what to do with you. They're not sure you are a minister. They don't even know. You see them gawking at you like, are you going to do the things that the other minister was doing? They even want to touch to see whether you are real minister. They see you in robes. They kind of like, we've not been here. And I was sharing with another lady, I was telling them, they keep people saying, we have not seen a lady minister in our church. And I keep telling them, it is almost impossible that I'm going to replace a lady minister. It is almost impossible. I will always be replacing a man. If I'm being transferred, it is very unlikely that I will replace another woman, so that people say, we had a woman minister before Lydia. No, you are like the first. So that not knowing what to do with that minister, the disappointment of having a lady at the beginning. So they say first impressions are very important. In us, it becomes a problem because the first impression, you're like, now like me, I look a bit like, maybe I look young or I look small. People are wondering, what will she do for us? She is not capable of doing anything. So that's the second thing. The third challenge is that when things go wrong, people say, it was because she's a woman. No wonder we're having problems in this parish. Yeah, our minister was a woman. Things go wrong, not only in church, across the divide. If a marriage goes wrong, we want to know how the wife was. It must have been her. People will, even without knowing, if a company goes wrong, you had a CEO who was a minister, who was a lady. So there's that feeling that that women, we are expecting women to fail. We are waiting. We are not waiting. When a man fails, it's like, it's normal. If a man goes out there and does bad things in the society, he's just being a man. That's a boy. But if a lady tries to do something that is out, the stereotypes, the anger, then the feeling of she should have done better. She should have done better. The bar is way too high for a woman. Yet she's just an individual. She can do all the things. She has the capability of doing all the bad things that a man can do. But the expectation is that you come here, we have accepted you, but we expect excellence.
100%.
We expect excellence. If you fail once, we're like, we can't have a lady minister again. She's failing us. Yeah. So I feel those are the some of the challenges that we have. Yeah.
And talking of how people wait for women to fail, I just remember having a conversation with a friend, and they were like, "Well, ngojea tu Nakuru County utaona, ngojea tuona vile mambo itaenda." So those are some of the things as you put them right, Rev. How do you think we can change this perspective?
Okay, first, I think women should expect challenges. I feel like it is, if it's going to change, it is us. You get there, if people treat you badly, don't look like, oh, I'm leaving because they treated you, but expect it. When you're going out there, expect the bad things. Once we expect them, they won't harm us, they won't hurt us. We will be, it is like a handle. Have you looked at the people who do the handle race? They are waiting for that, they are preparing. So when they get there, they just jump over it. As women, let's expect to have challenges. If we expect to have challenges, it means when we have it, you won't feel like, oh, now these people are calling me, or they're telling me I can't make it. They think I am just a woman. No, expect the challenges. Once you expect them, it means that you won't look at them as challenges. Actually, you look at them as opportunities, because that is our greatest asset lies within us. Let's not wait to be validated. Validate yourself. Yeah, no, you can make it in politics. I know I can be a good minister. Prepare. Don't say that I didn't prepare because I had children. Everybody had issues. So if you have children, take more time. Prepare and do a good job. When you go out there, do a good job, and eventually people are like, wow, even if with all her challenges, she's done well. If like Evelyn is saying, if you have money issues, look for a ways of getting that economic empowerment before you get into politics. Because if you look at two people being employed at any particular time, a man will be given more money. It is just the way it is. When they go, a woman doesn't even know how to negotiate for salaries, because we've been used to being down there. So every time you have more men have more money. It is just the way it is. It is the economic stratification. Even the Bible, it is like that. Even so you will expect it. Expect these challenges, Ida. I will expect the challenges. So when they come, I'm waiting. I'm prepared. That is one of the only one way to deal, because we tell the men to do good for us. They are, by the way, they are. My best, my greatest fan is my husband. He is out there doing, but he can't come to the interview for me. He can't go to preach for me. He will do what he needs to do. He will support me in every way. But there are things he will not do for me. Yeah, so I shouldn't be saying like I was not able to do because I knew you people would hate on me because I'm a woman. I expected it. Never. You sit there, you do what you need to do, and you do it well. You do it with excellence.
Oh, well. Thank you so much for that, Rev. Just to read a few of the comments on social media. Margaret says she's watching from Buruburu. Keep it up, girls. And she also says, well said. We have a number of people watching as well on Facebook. I'll read just a few of your comments. Okay, so we have Mohia Wakandara. He says Kandara town is well represented. Phyllis James says Nakuru West is following. Thank you so much. Remember, you can still send in your comments via our SMS number. There is 01122200044. We are coming to you live on social media. Facebook and YouTube is Kirk TV Kenya. The hashtag to use on Twitter is hashtag Kirk in the morning. So to you, Evelyn, you've mentioned that you're a counselor as well, yeah? So you not getting the nomination ticket, or you not being among those that went to the ballot, remember, you invested your emotions, you had invested your money. Just talking generally of how you felt, and how did you tackle that? How did you come out of it strong, and you're even still talking of I'll still vie in 2027?
Oh, thank you. First and foremost, one, to get to that point of acceptance. It's not easy, I can tell you. It's never easy to lose anything that you invested in. It's like losing your baby. This is a baby. You've carried this pregnancy for this long, and you don't get to the delivery table. Someone maybe takes your baby away. You know, it's even easier to see a stillbirth you can bury. But no, unfortunately, when things happen and we didn't get our tickets, I definitely went very low. And it happened at a point that I was going through other law issues also. And now everyone is like, oh, girl, you fight for others, fight for yourself. I remember one friend of mine calling me and saying, we don't care, whatever it takes. Women were seated outside my house, hearing what is happening at Jubilee. Can we come? And I'm just standing there telling them, hold on. And they said, no, we want to come. Then I asked them to do what? To fight for you. You know, these are the situations that you say it's good by the way to just even have a higher power. Because you see me having gone into this, like, no, a born-again person, having known God. So there's a way I could communicate to God and see there are some battles which are not worth fighting for. Then that happened. And we had support system, by the way. I really appreciate, like, feeder we're offering, counseling, and even my school, because I'm still a continuing student. Everyone was there to support you. You know, they wipe away your tears. They allow you to go through the process. It's serious loss and grief. You've lost a seat. And then now you're able not to accept and move on. And it gave me so much power that I was able to support other women also, which I'm really happy for. So that even when the nomination list came, you knew your name was there and it's not there. And I was smiling and they're asking, Kwani, who does she know? And I'm just there like, I'm just okay with it, you know. Because in life you also have to accept things and move on. And like the post that I made even from my groups, you know, people were very disappointed and they were like, you're the best person, we've invested. Some people, and even my brothers, they come to support me from even outside the country, like, we'll come vote for you, it will be on that ballot, my friends, and I really appreciate them for that. You see all those feelings and you're thinking, what did I do right? Was it a big thing to be a woman? You know, all those things come. But then when you find that thing of acceptance, you just dust yourself and you know you'll rise again. Yes, so for us, like for me, what I told myself, it was just a vision which tarried. But I know at God's own time, it shall come to pass. So that is what I encouraged myself with. And that is what I encouraged even other women. People cried and they said, I know somewhere in my inbox and telling me, you know, I've lost a marriage, I've lost it because of politics. And I'm like, we all have losses in our lives that we get into, because we got into the political space. And it is very tough. So you just accept and move on. If you can find help, you find help. I did find help, by the way. That is where I was able to cope with it. Yes, it's very important. Otherwise, your mental health is at stake. Yeah.
Thank you so very much for that, Evelyn. Now to you, Rev, even as we wind up, let's talk of the 40 years that the church is celebrating. What can you say and what can you tell other lady ministers?
Okay, I would say that we are very grateful for the church. This is a milestone. And like I've said before, 40 marks a generation. It is the end of a season and the beginning of another. And I feel I am very grateful for the women who were out there and the men who supported them. Because even for our dear pioneer, Dr. Nyambura, to be there, Dr. Gato had to be there, the moderator at the time, to support her. I am grateful. Even the moderator of who is there right now, Reverend Mutai, is supporting us. So I am very grateful for the men who have supported us. Women need the men to be able to get to the top, because we need each other. We actually need each other all through. So I'm very grateful for the men who have supported us and even for what they have done for us. And I'm very happy for the women who came out and said, yes, I can be a minister. And for all the ones we have watched, we have grown seeing ministers. Sometimes we would see a minister in your parish. I come from Nyeri. You'd see a minister, and I remember, like, my late mom would say there was a lady minister who came and she said, oh, she's doing so well. And I was like, oh, so lady ministers can do well. So there is a seed that was planted in me quite a while back, even if I never knew I would be a minister, but I was like, oh, if when I'm growing up as a teenager, there was a lady minister in my parish, then it means that women are rising. So I'm glad for all the women who have been there, done it, and for what, even the scars. It's all right to show the scars because they become something beautiful, like she's talking about. The scars are not something that will bury you. They actually raise you to the next level. Now she's more able. She has, like she was saying in jest, she has received such character development. Now she's so much better. Yeah, even in church, you will receive the same. You get there and you realize, oh, I dust myself and I move on. So for the 40 years, we are capping it, saying salute to every woman who has been there and every man who has supported us. And we are entering a new generation. There are other coming, and they are coming with fury, and they are coming with ability, with knowledge. Women should go back to school and learn and be articulate, so that if you go out there, you can articulate yourself in whatever, where you are going. And I want to say that the ministry is very helpful. It helps you to grow. We should not wait. We should not wait to be told, I can't go back to school because of this and the other. Do courses. Do something. Even if you're not good in public speaking, do something. If you need help, like she's saying, go and find help, because sometimes it is, you can be overwhelmed. Even marriages get lost because of ministry. It's not only just politics. So get over these challenges, rise above them. We have finished 40 years. We are capping in style. We are saying salute to every person who has supported us, a man or a woman. Thank you to the women who were there and did it. And we are coming now to generation 2. Yeah,
wonderful.
With great things. Yeah.
Wonderful. Evelyn, your parting shot?
Mine is to encourage, like, the women out there, the woman who feels that they cannot make it, the young girl who feels like I want to be like the women I see on TV, the women I see in magazines, the women I read about in the history books. It's very simple. You can make it. Raise above that glass ceiling. Go conquer the world. Yes.
Wow. I even don't know what to add. Well, thank you so much, ladies, for that. Thank you for sharing those very great insights to our audience as far as our leadership or women leadership is concerned. So remember, dear viewer, this is Kirk in the Morning. We are still coming to you live on all our social media pages, Kirk TV Kenya on Facebook as well as YouTube. So we were just looking at women leadership. That was Reverend Lydia Kahiga as well as Evelyn Kanya, just sharing their experience. As we mentioned earlier, remember the Presbyterian Church is marking 40 years since the first woman minister was ordained, and that's exactly what Reverend Kahiga was mentioning in the show. So let me just have a look at some of your comments on our social media pages. On YouTube, I see Mary Mulwa says, that's wonderful. Let women never be discouraged, but have all courage. Evelyn, congrats, my girl. That is Mary Mulwa saying. She says she's watching from Mlolongo. So keep on sharing your comments via our SMS number, that is 0111220044. The hashtag to use on Twitter is a hashtag Kirk in the Morning. I can't add any other thing from on top of what the ladies have said, but as Reverend Lydia Kahiga put it very right, when you get into leadership as a woman, remember you will always face challenges. So wear all the gears and confront those challenges, and you'll come out victorious. And as the two of them put it, the time is now for leaders, or for women leaders, to come up and lead, not just as in politics, but in the church or religiously as well. So we take a very short commercial break. Coming up will be Vincent Kerosi with the sports highlights.
We look forward to this week, that's starting on Sunday, because we have planned for it. We will have set everything aside. We will not be carrying out any other assignment other than celebrate our women, and we are part of it. It's not, we will not be spectating. It's not that women will be in the arena celebrating, jumping and urinating as we watch from the sidelines. We shall be part of it because it is our joy. When our women flourish, we prosper. Because our life is so tied to our women that if we overlook anything about them, we are overlooking ourselves. We are overlooking our mothers. We are overlooking our wives. We are overlooking our daughters, our aunts. And all of us as men know the important contribution women have made in our lives. So I would call upon the entire church to take it as a time of joy and of celebration. God bless us.
Losing a beloved one can be one of the hardest life experiences. Death brings a total change in many setups, the family taking a huge position. Death also provides an opportunity to celebrate the departed and their achievements on earth. Kirk TV provides for you an opportunity to announce death and funeral at affordable fee. For more information, write to us via announcements at kirktv.org or call 011 00 90 647.
Good journalism is bold, in-depth, unique, captivates, reflects, and impacts. To quench your thirst for exceptional stories that are about you, from you, and for you, Kirk TV presents itself as the hub of feature stories. Ranging from health and environment,
either there is extreme drought or extreme floods, and these will affect people.
Religion and politics.
And the man looked at the boy, looked at the mother, and told the boy, going forward, don't wet the bed again.
There come a time when the nation is more important than an individual.
Education and socio-economic issues.
Nasaidika kwa sababu nikishona moja mbili nauza, napata kitu ya kulisha watoto.
I have met with other tribes which I have never met before.
To other stories that touch on your day-to-day life.
Ja ndio iko mingi zaidi. Tafadhali mnasaidia maji ya nyazi.
Tingatinga amekanyanga kila kitu.
Hatujawahi kuona mabadiliko yote kuhusiana na serikali ya kujengea sisi.
Kwanza kitu naweza omba tu nishikiliwe tu pande ya masomo tu ya watoto.
Kirk TV, the hub of feature stories.
Are you looking to grow your business? Kirk TV offers you a variety of advertising opportunities to suit your budget. Advertise with us today and reach your potential customers countrywide. For more information, email us on sales@kirktv.org or call 011 00 90 647. Are you looking to grow your business? Kirk TV offers you a variety of advertising opportunities to suit your budget. Advertise with us today and reach your potential customers countrywide. For more information, email us on sales@kirktv.org or call 011 00 90 647. Are you looking to grow your business? Kirk TV offers you a variety of advertising opportunities to suit your budget. Advertise with us today and reach your potential customers countrywide. For more information, email us on sales@kirktv.org or call 011 00 90 647.
Welcome back. We are still coming to you live. This is Kirk in the morning. Remember, the hashtag to use is a hashtag Kirk in the morning on Twitter, where we are using the underscore or the Twitter name that is Kirk TV _Kenya. On Facebook and YouTube is Kirk TV Kenya. Remember, our SMS number is 0111220044. Na sasa ni wakati wa Kiswahili. Vincent Kerosi yuko imara kabisa tayari tu kukujuza kuhusiana na maswala kuhusiana tu na spoti yote yaliyojiri michezoni wikendi hii. Mwanzo kabisa tupate kitambulisho cha spoti.
Naam, ndivyo hivyo kama alivyozungumza mwenzangu Aida Munzati. Siku ya Jumatatu asubuhi, wakati wa kuangalia yapi yamejiri wikendi nzima haswa nchini Uingereza kwenye spoti. Kandanda sasa imeshika kweli kweli. Tuanze kule nchini Uingereza ambapo Arsenal wamesalia kwenye kilele wikendi hii kwa alama 12 baada ya kupata ushindi wa mabao 2-1 dhidi ya watani wao wa jiji la London, Fulham. Hapo jana Tottenham Hotspur walipata ushindi wa mabao 2-0 dhidi ya Nottingham Forest na kuwapaisha hadi nafasi ya 3 ligini kwa alama 10. Mabao ya Spurs yalifungwa na mkali wao Harry Kane. Wakati huo huo, Wolverhampton Wanderers walikabana kona Newcastle kwa bao 1 ugani Molineux, huku Aston Villa nao wakikubali kipigo cha 1-0 kutoka kwa wananyundo West Ham United uwanjani Villa Park. Na kabla hatujakwenda nchini Uhispania, niwakumbushe tu, manake najua nisiposema hili nitakuwa napigwa mawe, manake Manchester City pia walipata ushindi mabao 4-2 dhidi ya Crystal Palace. Sajili mpya Erling Haaland akifunga mabao 4 mfululizo, mtazamaji. Na bila shaka pia Liverpool baada ya kulemazwa na Manchester United Jumatatu iliyopita walipata ushindi mnono, ushindi mkubwa wa mabao 9-0 dhidi ya hawa tunawaita tu ni wale limbukeni FC Bournemouth waliopigwa mabao 9-0. Lakini licha ya hayo yote, Mohamed Salah hakufunga wala hakupiga pasi ya kufungwa hata moja. Naam, tuachane na nchini Uingereza, tuende moja kwa moja hadi katika ligi kuu ya Uhispania ambayo inajulikana kwa sana kama La Liga Santander, ambapo Barcelona walipiku Valladolid 4-0, mawili yakitiwa kimiani na sajili mpya Roberto Lewandowski. Kwingineko, mabingwa UEFA na ligi hiyo Real Madrid na walipiga Espanyol 3-1, Karim Benzema akifunga 2. Na mtazamaji, kumbuka kwamba Karim Benzema juma lililopita siku ya Alhamisi ama ni Alhamisi ama ilikuwa Ijumaa, nafikiri ilikuwa Alhamisi, alipata tuzo la mchezaji bora upande wa wanaume ulimwenguni, na tutarajia kwamba huu mwaka sasa atawahi ile inaitwa Ballon d'Or. Najua mwenzangu Aida atajiuliza Ballon d'Or ni nini, lakini niko hapa kumsaidia iwapo atauliza swali.
Nani huyo? Mimi najua fashion.
Sasa siwasikia nadhani ni mtu. Ballon d'Or si mtu, ni tuzo la mchezaji bora duniani. Upande wa wanaume. Mara nyingi najua unamjua Messi, Lionel Messi. Ndiye ambaye ako na hilo tuzo kwa sana. Ameshinda hiyo tuzo mara kama 7. Kwa hivyo sasa safari hii yeye hayupo hata kwa wale ambao walichaguliwa kwa ile orodha. Kwa hivyo tunatarajia kwamba Karim Benzema, kwa sababu amekuwa na mwaka mzuri sana. Karim Benzema ni mchezaji wa Real Madrid na bila shaka pia ni mchezaji wa Ufaransa. Alishinda ligi ya Hispania msimu uliopita, akashinda ligi ya UEFA ama klabu bingwa barani ya Europa. Pia alifanya vizuri sana wakiwa na timu ya Ufaransa katika michezo ya Euro. Kwa hivyo tunatarajia kwamba huu mwaka sasa ni mwaka wake. Na tunamtakia kila laheri, manake pia anatoka Afrika. Licha ya kuchezea nchini Ufaransa, amezaliwa, mizizi yake ipo nchini Algeria hapa Afrika. Kwa hivyo akishinda, Afrika imeshinda.
Naam, kwenye tu ligi wiki iliyopita tulisema kuwa pengine Manchester United wako huku chini, Arsenal bado anaongoza na mchezo ambao Manchester ilicheza na Newcastle. Pengine umewaweka mahali popote Man U?
Na Manchester United walicheza dhidi ya Southampton siku ya Jumamosi mapema. Walicheza kile tunasema ndio mechi ya kufungua kinywa saa 8:30 mchana. Walipata ushindi mdogo, ushindi finyo wa bao 1-0 dhidi ya Southampton. Hata hivyo umewapaisha hadi namba ngapi? Wacha ni kuangalia na mafans wa Manchester United wafurahi kidogo. Walipanda maana yake walikuwa chini sana. Sasa hivi wako nambari ya 8. Na alama 6. Kwa hivyo wamechupa kutoka kule chini. Walikuwa chini mwanzoni, mechi mbili zikichezwa walikuwa kule chini namba 20. Kwa hivyo wamepanda angalau hadi namba 6, si vibaya.
Kwa hivyo Arsenal bado anaongoza.
Arsenal bado tunaongoza.
Yuko kiwanjani.
Arsenal tunaongoza.
Maybe top 5.
Nambari ya kwanza Arsenal, nambari ya pili ni Manchester City wakiwa na alama 10. Nambari ya 3 Tottenham Hotspur wakiwa na alama 10. Brighton Hove Albion nambari ya 4 wakiwa na alama 10 vile vile. Alafu Leeds wanafunga 5 bora wakiwa na alama 7. Chelsea nafasi ya 6 pia wakiwa na alama 7. Mwenzangu Sambu, unajaribu sana. Lakini wazungu wanasema you can do better.
Sawa, lakini bado ligi mbichi ama
mechi 4 tu zimechezwa. Lakini unajua Waswahili wanasema msafiri na aliyeko bandarini. Kwa hivyo hata ukisema ligi mbichi, hii mbichi ndio wengine wamecheza wakapata alama zote. Wewe hii mbichi umecheza ukashindwa. Kwa hivyo ni gani hii ambayo imeiva utaishinda kama hii mbichi ndio umeshindwa?
Mbona waongea ni kama mzungumzia Sambu? Mwelekezi wangu ananiarifu kuwa mimi naye, sasa mimi na Faith, sisi tuko Arsenal. Arsenal wakishinda tuko na, wakishindwa tunamchukua bado namba 1.
Sasa hivi kama mnaipigia upato Arsenal, karibuni sana nyumbani, maana yake Arsenal tunawapenda kila mashabiki hata wapya, lakini itabidi hata wakishindwa Arsenal msalia hapo. Maana yake mimi nitakuwa nawapasha hewani tu. Nasema hao walikuwa wanataka tu
kutumbia na washindi.
Nyinyi mlikuwa mnataka kuenda kama bendera inayopigwa na upepo.
Ikienda huku tuenda hivi, ikienda huku sisi hao. Na Vincent, shukran sana kwa kujuza tu watazamaji wetu kuhusiana na masuala ya spoti. Mtazamaji, tupate kitambulisho kisha tutarejea na mengi. Alikuwa mwenzangu Vincent Kerosi akitupasha moja kwa moja yale ambayo yalijiri viwanjani. Kumbuka hiki hapa ni kipindi cha Kirk in the Morning, tunakujia moja kwa moja kupitia Kirk TV Kenya pale Facebook, vile vile YouTube, Twitter ni Kirk TV_Kenya, na ile hashtag ambayo utaitumia mtazamaji ni #Kirk in the Morning. Kwa sasa tubadilishe lugha kidogo, turejee kwenye lugha ya Kimombo. Kama hapo awali mtazamaji, as I had mentioned earlier, so we are having different elections in different parts of the country. So we have the gubernatorial race that is in Kakamega and Mombasa, and we are having updates right here in Kiamunyi Mixed Secondary School polling station, where angry voters have chased away Nakuru Town East MP David Gikaria, who is an UDA agent for the Rongai parliamentary election. So we'll keep on updating you on what exactly is happening in all the elections that are happening today in the country. We are having different elections from different areas in the country. We have the gubernatorial race that is in Kakamega and Mombasa, and we also have a few as from Pokot as well as Kitui, and just keep it Kirk TV. We'll keep on updating you on what exactly will be happening there. So that's it from Kirk in the morning. Remember, my name is Ida Muzati. See you again next Monday, where we'll still keep you updated on what exactly will be happening, of course, as far as the Supreme Court ruling is concerned, with the different petitions that have been filed with different parties. We have the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya, we have the IEBC, we also have Kenya Kwanza, and with the 7 bench judges that will start listening to the petition tomorrow, that is the 30th of August. So thank you so much for keeping me company. As I said, my name is Ida Munzati, and to everyone who made this broadcast a success, we are wishing you a wonderful and blessed Monday.